Introduction. Welcome to the United Nations Police English Language Assessment. This assessment consists of two parts, the reading comprehension and the audio comprehension. The instructions to both parts will be clearly explained before we commence. The use of any computer devices, microphones, books, external notes, or assistance from others is not permitted. We expect full compliance and good conduct during this test. Any candidates who fail to observe appropriate conduct will be excluded from the assessment process, and the incident will be communicated in writing to the authorities of the member state concerned and to the SAAT coordinator in the UN Police Division. Part 1 is the reading comprehension. You will be given a mission-related story with a question and answer sheet which contains 10 questions related to the key facts of the story. You will also be given a blank sheet of paper for your note-taking. Any notes that you take on the blank sheet you are allowed to keep throughout the exam. Read the text very carefully. You may write on the test as you wish. You will not be graded for any marking made on the test itself, only on the question and answer sheet. After reading the test, answer the 10 questions on the question and answer sheet. Be sure to include the entire key fact in your answer. It is not necessary to write in grammatically complete sentences. It is highly recommended that you use the blank sheet of paper for important notes from the reading. These notes will be essential for Part 2 of the assessment. You will be able to keep only the sheet of paper with your notes for the second part of the exam. Keep the test and question and answer sheet face down until you are asked to start. You will have 20 minutes to complete the reading comprehension. The instructor will indicate when these 20 minutes begin. The instructor will then announce when there are 5 remaining minutes and when there is 1 final minute. After the 20 minutes have passed, the instructor will collect the reading test and the question and answer sheet. You will keep the written notes that you made on the blank sheet of paper for the second part of the assessment. Please write your full name, your individual test serial number, and other details clearly in the space provided on the question and answer sheet you receive. Good luck. Introduction. This is the second section of the UNPOL Combined Language Assessment. It is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, you will hear one person describing the mission-related topic you have just read about in the reading comprehension. It will be introduced as the narrative. In the second part, you will hear a conversation between 2 people who are discussing the same mission-related topic. It will be introduced as the dialogue. Please be reminded that the use of any computer devices, microphones, books, external notes, or assistance from others is not permitted. Candidates who fail to observe appropriate conduct during this test will be excluded from the assessment process. Such actions will be duly noted and communicated in writing to the authorities of the member state concerned and to the SAAT coordinator in the UN Police Division. You will be given a report writing form and another blank sheet of paper. Take careful notes on the blank sheet of paper of both the narrative and the dialogue. Pay attention to the important facts and key information. You will hear the recording only one time. Once the narrative and dialogue are finished, you will be asked to use your notes from both the reading and the audio parts to write down your own complete police report. You will have 30 minutes to complete your police report. The instructor will indicate when these 30 minutes begin. The instructor will then announce when there are 5 minutes remaining and when there is one final minute. Please do not forget to write your full name, your individual test serial number, and other details clearly in the spaces provided on the report writing sheet. Good luck. Narrative.
Following the phone calls made to Miss Red by the kidnappers, the police showed up at the nightclub called After Dark at 3 o'clock hours on May 9, 2011. They forced their way inside, freed Mr. Red and arrested the kidnappers. Following 1 week of captivity, Mr. Red was taken to the Martissant station by UNPOL officers for interrogation in order to shed light on the circumstances of his kidnapping. Mr. Red explained that, on Sunday, May 1, 2011, he went to the clinic early in the morning to see a doctor and get examined for stomach pain. While he was inside the clinic waiting for his appointment, 3 Haitian men entered the clinic, looked at him with insistence, and immediately went back outside. He found it suspicious, but did not pay too much attention to it. After seeing the doctor, he walked out of the clinic and waited for a few minutes in front of the medical center for his sister to arrive. Suddenly, a brown minibus appeared in front of him and stopped. He was violently forced inside by the 3 men he had previously seen in the clinic. They were yelling and swearing at him. There were 2 other men sitting in the front of the vehicle, wearing masks and keeping quiet. Mr. Red was taken to the nightclub called After Dark, located in Jacmel. After their arrival, Mr. Red was taken to the owner of the club, whom he knew very well. Mr. Red explained that he had previously been involved in some illegal business with the owner of the club. Following orders from him, Mr. Red smuggled goods from the Dominican Republic. Mr. Red was detained by police for about 3 months, and regained his freedom on April 30, 2011. He decided to stop any involvement in the illegal business. He now wanted to get back to an honest life and redeem himself. Mr. Red said that while in captivity, the owner of the nightclub threatened him, saying he wanted his money back. Mr. Red stated that he didn't know what money he was referring to and repeated he did not owe anyone any money. Mr. Red was locked up and handcuffed in the storage room of the club. He was bitten a number of times by the owner of the club during his detention.
Dialogue.
Police officer, please state your name and date of birth for the record.
Victim: my name is Charlie Red. I was born on 4th of February 1981.
Police officer, first of all, we are very glad you got released after 1 week of being held hostage. Are you fine?
Victim: I feel shocked after the police operation, but at least I'm not injured.
Police officer, I realize that we made a lot of noise while breaking in. But now, could you explain me what happened on Sunday, May 1, 2011?
Victim: sure. I had been having stomach pain for about a week. So I made an appointment at the clinic to see a doctor about it that morning.
Police officer, so you saw a doctor?
Victim: yes. He gave me some medication to take.
Police officer, so after you had your appointment you were kidnapped?
Victim: yes. But I have to say that while I was waiting in the clinic, 3 Haitian men came in, looked at me with insistence, and immediately went back outside. I found it very suspicious, but I didn't pay much attention to them.
Police officer, do you know these men?
Victim: no, not at all.
Police officer, keep going please. What happened after that?
Victim: after seeing the doctor, I walked out of the clinic and waited for my sister to arrive. After a few minutes, a brown minibus stopped in front of me. The 3 men that I had previously seen inside the clinic violently forced me inside, yelling and swearing at me.
Police officer, there were only 3 men inside the vehicle?
Victim: no. There were 2 other men sitting in the front, wearing masks and keeping quiet.
Police officer, where did they take you?
Victim: they took me to a nightclub I know very well. It's called After Dark and it's located in Jacmel. As soon as we arrived there, I was taken to the owner of the club, whom I also know very well.
Police officer, do you have any idea why these men kidnapped you?
Victim: well, I was previously involved in some illegal business with the owner of the nightclub. He used to give me orders to smuggle goods from the Dominican Republic.
Police officer, we know that you were arrested by the Haitian National Police for smuggling meat and cigarettes about 3 months ago. When were you released?
Victim: I was released on 30th April 2011.
Police officer, so why did they kidnap you?
Victim: the owner of the nightclub threatened me and said he wanted his money back. I have no idea what he was talking about, since I don't owe money to anyone. And while I was in the jail I decided to stop any illegal activity with him. I don't want to go to prison again.
Police officer, we found you handcuffed at the storage room of the club. When did they put handcuffs on you?
Victim: it happened the very first day, before they locked me up. The owner of the club came a number of times and bit me during my detention.
Police officer, you will be taken to the doctor right now. Stay safe.
Victim: thank you.